Welcome to Friday Night Live, a show that provides information and inspiration so you can live your best life. Tonight we're talking skincare. So get your notepads, get your iPads, text a friend, call someone, and invite them to join us on Friday Night Live for skincare. We're talking skincare, and tonight I have with me two skincare professionals, Ms. Asale Smith and Ms. Cherrita Martin. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Asale Smith, and I am the owner and creator of Smith House Crafts, which is a handmade bath and body product company that provides handmade soap, lotion, body butters and scrubs that are good for your body and good for the soul.
And I'm Cherrita Martin. I am the supervising educator at Artistic Academy of Hair Design. We prepare in beauty industry representative to be licensed and be better able to provide professional services in the beauty industry.
Awesome. So tonight we have professionals at hand that will really give us some great information that will help us to maintain a healthy skin. As you know, our skin is the largest organ in the body, and it's so important to maintain and ensure that the skin that we're in is healthy. And so we begin with our conversation with talking about the various skin types. Could we have just a little discussion on skin types?
Yes, so we have 4 different types of skin. A person can be classified as normal skin, oily skin, dry skin, or you could be a combination skin type. If you have dry skin, it simply means that your skin lacks oil. Your body is not producing enough oil for that external protection and lubrication of the skin.
What could someone do that has dry skin? What regimen could we recommend to help someone that has dry skin? In my case, I have oily skin, and it's almost that you have to keep matting all the time. But someone that has dry skin, how can we help them to maintain a nice lubricated skin?
Hydration is number 1. The dry skin, because, like I said before, the sebaceous gland, which is the oil gland of the body, it does not produce enough oil. So a person who suffers from dry skin is going to be someone most likely going to be persons who are mature skin type. As the body age, as you get older, the function slows down. So those oil glands are not producing enough oil. So those individuals will need to do a lot more hydration of using hydrating cleansers, moisturizing, and more of occlusive products will be beneficial for those skin type. Occlusive simply means thicker, more oil-based product. A person who they will, not need to exfoliate so much, because dry skin is also prone to sensitivity.
Oh.
Wow. And you said something very interesting where the skin is the largest organ on our body.
Yes.
And what I learned as I was making products and trying to learn more about, how certain products affect your skin, one thing that stood out to me was the statistic that says 60% of what goes on your skin goes into your bloodstream.
Wow.
So I started to think about that and think about what are the things that I'm putting on my skin, what are the things that I'm putting on my family's skin, and what effect does that have, right? And sometimes that going into your bloodstream starts to show outwardly on the skin. And knowing that, that's what really kind of put that light bulb on, and where I recognized I need to start making these things for me and my family.
That is such a critical piece there, because so many times we put stuff on our skins and we don't do the necessary research. We take, for example, most of you know what I'm talking about. We take the bar of soap that we using on our body and just wash our faces with. And we just grab stuff off the shelves and put it on our skin. That is huge, that whatever we put on our skin seeps into our bloodstream. And you know, your blood is your life.
It really is.
Wow.
It really is.
And so as you talk about that and the need for the mature person to really put those nutrients back in to make sure that the skin is lubricated, things like that, do we have to always buy brand name products? Can someone on a budget really have healthy, lush, exfoliated skin for cheap?
Brand name is, you know, when you think about it, it's just the name, the brand name. Quality is what you want to look for. A product that is going to give you result. You know what the root cause of your problem is, you're going to buy product that is going to be benefiting to that particular skin condition. And as we talk about skin condition, there is a difference between skin type and skin condition. So a person can be, like we're talking about dry skin, a person can have dry skin as well as a condition that goes with it as dehydration. So the person can be dry and dehydrated. The person can be dry with hyperpigmentation or hypopigmentation. So it depends on what it is that you're looking for in that particular product. A well-known brand name may not have the answer to your skin problem.
Wow.
So the ingredients are the key factor that you may want to look for. You said, can someone go to the dollar store and purchase a cleanser? Will that help? Well, the ingredients that's in there. My philosophy is, if you are going to buy something that is going to treat your skin condition, if it's going to cost you a little bit more, I would say go for it. Rather than buy a product that is not going to do anything for you. A lot of people go out and purchase product not knowing, because the container looks cute and it smells really good, and you know, they may use it for a little while, and after a while they realized that, wow, my skin is, you know, breaking out, or it feels dry. Again, there's a lot of factors to look into. The ingredients, number one.
Yes.
What is the alcohol content in that product that you're using for a dry skin person? So water, yes. There may be ingredients in there that are drying the skin out more than you are hydrating it.
Right. So you should look for alcohol content. And so you should try to get little or no alcohol content in your skincare products.
But there are alcohol that are good, that are called fatty alcohols. So those alcohols are used in emollients. So those are actually beneficial for the skin.
And that will be recorded on the label.
Yes.
As to what the ingredients. Okay.
Yeah, some of the products that I use, there's one specifically called cetyl alcohol.
Cetyl alcohol,
right?
yes.
And so I use those in the products, and it really does help make that lotion, facial lotion, a little more luscious and creamy.
So that's a good alcohol.
Right.
Did
and
you
those
say
will
that
be
word
all
again?
cetyl alcohol.
Cetyl alcohol,
Wow.
ethyl alcohol. But when you talk about isopropyl alcohol, then you want to look out for those ones.
Right. Those are things that you'll find in hand sanitizers and things like that. Yeah. Yeah. When the inspiration for me too is that same idea, looking at those ingredients. And when I learned a lot about the products that they would call soap, really were detergents.
Oh, wow. Right? Say that again.
It blew my mind. It blew my mind. And when you look at some of the soaps you would see on the shelf, right, those would actually qualify as detergents. And when I wanted to do, this was really an inspiration through my youngest son. And when he broke out and I tried to use all the fancy creams, all the ones that people would tell me about, it wouldn't get any better. And I said, there's got to be something, you know, and that's when I started to formulate things. And now I can see the difference.
Wow.
And it happened so quickly.
Wow. I like how you highlighted the difference between the skin type and the skin condition. And so when we think about skin condition, the foremost one that comes to mind, because of my experience, is acne. And so all age groups suffer from acne, but in particular, the teenage puberty stage, and that affects indirectly self-esteem, self-worth. And so what could you suggest to someone that is battling that skin condition of acne?
I would initially talk about consistency, right? So, because sometimes we can find all the best products that we want, we could find what people say to try, but if you're not consistent and really look at what you're using, it's really for naught, right? And so, one thing I really try is to be sure that one, before you can even decide, does this work or does this not work, be consistent with what it is and say, this is the only thing I'm going to try. I'm not going to try a bunch of different things. I'm going to try something. If that works, keep doing it. If it doesn't work, that's when you move on. But sometimes, like you said, there's this desire to just get it fixed, get it clean. And I try all these different things and you don't really know what works and what doesn't work. Yeah. So consistency for me is a big piece of that puzzle.
So you're saying consistency with regard to product use and consistency with regard to product choice.
Right. So at first, I wouldn't say that if something's not working, just keep doing it, right? Right. But what you don't want to do is keep switching up and then you don't really know what's happening with your
skin. So be consistent with your product choice for a while and also be consistent with your product use.
Right.
Good. And so when we talk about consistency with product use, we're talking about morning and evening or just evening, or how does that go? Because some things are morning, evening. Is it morning, evening, midday? Or
Okay, I'll chime in on that one. The consistency with the product use could be one of two things. The regimen, the daily regimen, weekly regimen, monthly regimen that a person who has acne use is important. The consistency with the brand and the line of product that you're using is also important because like Asale said, you may want to stay with one product line for a period of time. And when I said product line, meaning if you're using a cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer, a mask, a scrub, it should be from the same manufacturer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You guys got that? Same manufacturer.
Yes, because every manufacturer has their own ingredients and their own formula for each skin type.
I need to go clean my closet when I get home.
And it is very important that you stay with the one, and if it is working for you, then you know exactly where to go. It is also important to note that there's different types of, there's different grades of acne. So a grade 1 acne is basic breakout, and that is more likely what the teenagers would go through with the beginning of puberty. Hormonal changes in the body is the influence to that type of acne. Now, if that is not cared for properly, it continues up to a second grade, where the follicles become filled with bacteria and the pores becomes clogged. And because they're not doing regular cleansing, they're not removing all that buildup of oil. Because technically how the body works when it comes onto oil, because acne is also associated with oily skin. The hormonal changes causes the sebaceous glands to overact and to secrete more oil to the skin. The hair is changing, it becomes more thicker, so the follicles becomes larger, so the sebaceous glands is able to push more oil out on the skin. With that said, regular cleansing for the acne-prone individual, a foaming cleanser is their best choice because it does have surfactant in there. And surfactant actually helps to dissolve the oil and the dirt within the follicle. If the acne grade goes up to grade 4 or grade 5, they need to see a dermatologist. So it means that now they will need to do more of an in-depth analysis of the skin to make sure that they're going to have to link it now to hormonal changes or hereditary. So, because some people will, after going through teenage puberty, they get cleared up. Some people continue for years. And then you have the adult acne, where adults have you have the best skin all your life. And then you start getting into menopausal stage and you started to have these breakouts, and you add to the condition by stressing, and you started to worry about it, and it's the same link to hormonal changes, because once you go to menopausal stage, it's the same hormonal link. So acne can be hereditary, as well as it can be just the growth of bacteria that are not being properly taken care of.
Wow. It's amazing how the body is interconnected. And so you talk about stress, and stress is feeding that acne. So let's look at other factors that feed or give rise to skin that is not healthy. Does diet, rest, and you said stress, how do those things like stress, diet, lack of rest affect our skin quality?
I think you mentioned earlier talking about hydration, right? And the fact that sometimes, and maybe even our teenagers, they don't necessarily drink, water consistently and things like that. So just, ouch, don't want to step on any toes.
Don't do it.
But the importance of water in one's diet is so, so important. And, I try to instill that in my children, to know that it's water first, right? And things like that. But just knowing just that sometimes can really change what's going on the inside. And again, it shows up on the outside. So hydration is a huge, huge piece.
Hydration is key. And I would also add to drinking a lot of water, because the skin does depend a whole deal on the amount of water you drink. I mean, yes, we did mention earlier that the skin is the largest organ of the body, and it is actually one of the organs that we actually have physical touch to, so with that said, product also can help with hydration, because a person can be drinking a lot of water, but they're using something that has strong isopropyl alcohol on their face, and it also dries out the skin. And I mean, I just said face, but we're talking about skin, and we have skin
all over. Yeah.
So don't only focus on the face, because
that is important.
As Asale had mentioned before, when she points out that what you put on your skin goes directly into your bloodstream, that is so true. That is so true, because most manufacturers are now using nanotechnology to make their products, which means they are now more micronizing their products. So it's becoming more, the particles that are in there are more so tiny that they can very much, penetrate your skin and go directly into your bloodstream. And they also utilizes things that your body recognizes. So your skin is able to be drenched and to be absorbed, because that's one of the function of the skin is absorption.
Yeah.
So it is able to, not everything can be absorbed, because as we talked about before, there are occlusive products that are made just for protection. A massage cream is not made to penetrate the skin. It is just made for lubrication and slip on the skin. So it won't go any further than just giving you that proper movement and allow that, movements for massage. But it is very important that, we also remember that yes, the face is the first thing somebody sees when they see you, but the rest of the body still need attention. So we do need to cleanse the body as well and take care of the skin on the rest of the body. And also, Asale has mentioned that, and you too, Pastor, had mentioned that, you can't use the bar soap on your face. Mm-hmm. So there are specific products that are made for the face, for the body. And you need to still utilize that same body treatment for the body. So sometimes we have a treatment that is called a back facial. So a lot of people go for a facial on the face. You actually go do the exact same steps of procedures on the back to give a back facial. But, at home, it is good to exfoliate the body. Mask, if you have mask, you have mud mask that you can actually purchase. Dry body brush your body. Dry body brush could be an exfoliating gloves. You put it on, you dry body brush the entire body before you actually get into the shower, or you could do it in the shower. Wow. So some people really carries like really dry, flaky skin. So all that dead cells that needs to be removed, you getting them off before you start your actual shower. And if someone doesn't know how to determine their skin type, they can, choose to get a professional facial done. A skincare specialist would actually analyze the skin and says, okay, you have dry skin, you have oily skin, you have combination skin type. Or if you have dry skin, that skin has, you barely see the pores. It's like literally, the pores are so tiny that when you look at the face, you really don't see any pores. The skin tends to feel dry and stiff or leathery. And with that said, the person will need to now go in and find those oil-based products that will best feed that skin type.
This is such good information, and I hope you're taking notes. I hope you are really absorbing all that we're saying, because it's so important to take care of your body. Our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and so it's important for us to make sure that our skin is healthy and exfoliated. We'll take a commercial break and we'll come right back. When we come back, we'll give you up close and personal a demonstration of how to exfoliate and cleanse your skin right at home.
Welcome to Divine Dress Code, your one-stop shop for all your printing needs. We specialize in custom printing on t-shirts, masks, and also ethnic or African print masks and the matching head wraps. We also make prayer pillows with custom printing on it. To learn more about our business, give us a call at 732-485-0977. We look forward to doing business with you. God bless.
Colley Mentorship Institute is an educational environment intentionally tailored for you to develop, activate, and perfect your dormant giftings. You were created to be and do so much more. Allow us to help you to activate those God-given potentials that lie deep inside of you. You know you were created for greatness, but for far too long, you have allowed fear, procrastination, and other enemies of your purpose to hold you hostage. Allow us to come alongside you to expand and increase your potential. Call us today at 908-226-0223, extension 103, and register today for Glean Mentorship Institute. Allow yourself the opportunity to grow and be all that God has called you to be. Register today. You are worth the investment. We're back with Friday Night Live, and we're continuing our conversation on skincare. We'll demonstrate to you now how you can, in the comfort of your own home, exfoliate and take care of your skin.
So tonight what we are going to do is we are going to do a basic daily regimen that you would do for your skin at home. My client has normal skin type, so we're going to be using product from Smith Housecraft to do a basic cleansing, toning, and moisturizing procedure. That is something you do on a daily basis, morning and evening. So my client does, like I said, my client has normal skin type, so I am going to start with a basic cleanser, which is a foamy cleanser from Smith Housecraft product line. I'm going to put a little bit of cleanser. You don't want to use too much, and it is foamy. And these are really lightweight, so they're very gentle on the skin.
Now, as she's rubbing it in, I've made this product from some wonderful oils. I made it from a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of coconut oil, as well as a little bit of castor oil, where I melted it down and I only use distilled water in all of my products, which means it's free from those extra metals and other things that you don't want in your skincare products. And so as she's applying the foam, it doesn't even take a lot. You would need 1 to 2 pumps to wash or cleanse your skin.
And I'm also noticing that she is cleansing the neck and the chin.
Yes, the neck is a part of the facial, so that must also be included. Some foaming cleanser, you may need to moisturize, like add water as you go for more slip on the skin. And then once you're done, if you're at home, it's okay. You can literally just get a facial towel and use that to remove it, or you can just literally use the water to remove it from your face. I'm going to be using a warm towel, and I am just going to apply that to her skin. Is that warm enough? And also, depending on how much makeup the client is wearing, you may want to remove eye makeup first, and then you can go in and do the entire face cleansing. The eye makeup comes in liquid, and we do have one that is more in a waxy form that can be used for individual use or professional use. So I'm going to go right ahead, and I'm going to remove this cleanser. I'm going to be very gentle around the eye area. The eye area has very sensitive tissue that can actually cause, bruises around the eye area and more often discomfort. So be sure that you are removing all the product. You can always go in, turn the towel over to a clean side, and just remove excess residue.
Why do we use warm water, warm towel?
That's a great question. Warmth opens up the pores. And since we are doing cleansing, we need to get inside the pores. We need to get inside the follicles to remove all that clog oil. And as we talked about earlier in the show, we talked about conditions that are associated with the skin. Blackheads are a condition that can be associated with the skin as well. And that is impaction of oil that are clogged into the follicle that needs to be removed. So open up the pores. What the cleanser actually do, it opens the pores, meaning that it changes the pH of the skin. So the pores are now open. And after a cleanser, it is very important for us to go in with a toner. The toner is actually what closes back the pores. You don't want to leave the pores open because that is going to now allow external environmental smog, debris to actually get into the pores and clog it itself.
And this is one of those choices that people make, that sometimes they get a toner that has alcohol in it versus a toner that doesn't have alcohol in it. So you want to be definitely sure about, especially if you have dry skin, to stay away from that alcohol-filled toner. And it's less harsh on the skin too.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are astringents, there are fresheners And those are all toners, but their names are as a result of the amount of alcohol content that's in there. The astringent toners are more designed for clients with oily skin type, because those have the highest alcohol content in them. As well as you want to be very, very careful when you're using that on the skin, because you can also, use that toner to dry the skin out. I'm using the toner just on the skin. I'm not going over the eyes with the toner, because as we speak about the alcohol content that may be in the toner that may irritate the eye tissue. So I've toned, and the toner restores the pH of the skin. Our skin carries a pH of 3.5 to 4.5 on a pH scale. pH means potential hydrogen, meaning the amount of acid or alkaline that is in your skin. So using a toner brings it back down. A cleanser, especially a foaming cleanser, because it has the surfactant and the detergents in there, it is going to make the skin feel tighter when you use them. So using the toner helps to normalize the skin. As well as if a person wears a lot of makeup, it will help them to remove the residual of what is left on the face from the cleanser, and also what's left on the makeup. So we cleanse and we tone. If you are, depending on your skin type, if you do have oily skin, you may wanna choose to do an exfoliation once or twice. Exfoliation is either you're mechanically or chemically removing dead skin cells that are built up on the face that cleansers cannot remove.
Is that once or twice a week, or?
It depends on how oily your skin is. Like if you're going into the acne path, then yes, you may need to exfoliate twice a week. But normal skin, dry skin, you can do once every other week or once a week. So, and you can also utilize a mask. So a mask can also help to tighten, hydrates, nourish the skin. After you cleanse and tone, you don't have to use a serum, but a serum is great. They are very concentrated product that actually feeds the cells of the skin. So it is great to put one under your moisturizer. These are like, you would call these the botanical part, or the nourishing part of the facial. So a little drop of your serum, you don't need a lot, just a little bit.
A little goes a long
way. A little goes a long way. And you want to make sure when you're putting products on your skin, you emulsify it in your hand, spread it. Allow the product to be like open. Then serum is pressed into the skin. They're not rubbed into the skin. So they are actually, this is the feed-in or the nourishing phase of the facial. So you may want to just press it in, and it will take itself into the skin, and it travels very far.
That's so important to say, because I tend to, especially when I'm using serums, like really saturate my skin with it.
You don't need a lot. Yeah. You don't need
We do also have an exfoliant because her skin is just need to be cleansed and nourished. She doesn't need to do an exfoliation, and she did an exfoliation earlier this week, so I didn't want to do another one. So Smith's Housecrafts does carry a very, very nice, refined, granular sugar-based exfoliant that is an amazing exfoliant that actually removes dead, very gentle on the skin. And at this point, we're going to apply some moisturizer. So this is basically what you would do on a daily basis. The addition of the mask and the exfoliant will actually help to keep that skin cleansed, hydrated, allow products to penetrate better, and allow the skin to breathe better and for metabolism to take place.
And in this particular formula for the facial moisturizer, there's a very special oil in there called a squalene oil. And it is actually kind of a byproduct of olive oil, but much, much lighter. And it really does, it balances that oil production in somebody's skin. So that's why I'm able to say that some of these products are for all skin types, because it keeps that balance where it needs to be. And squalene oil is one of those oils that I just love to use, but I don't put it in every single lotion, or it's just for my facial lotions.
For clients or for individual who has really, really sensitive, dry skin, mature skin, wrinkles are coming in, you have the crow's feet at the side of the eyes, smile lines. When you apply your moisturizer, just give yourself a nice gentle massage to soften those lines. And those are very good to keep your smile line. There are some facial expressions that you can't avoid, and they will come in because you love to smile, you are going to smile. But if you have those conditions coming in, you can literally take your two middle finger and just go in and do crisscross at those areas. That will help to soften those lines.
And I notice you're doing it in an upward motion.
Yes.
That's important too.
The skin, you may want to go with gravity, go against gravity. So because it is very likely that when a person starts to lose elasticity in the skin, elasticity is one of the condition in the skin, one of the factor in the skin that actually helps to give the skin its pliability. Then you have collagen that makes it nice and strong and plump. Elasticity will stay in put as long as you stay out of the sun. So sun damage is the number 1 cause for aging. And a lot of other factors are associated with the sun bathers. So the sun can actually damage the skin to the extent where you started to lose the elasticity, and you're starting to see wrinkles and sagginess. The skin has no more pliability to it. So sun protective factor is an important part as well, the SPF, into your daily routine. Some moisturizer does come with a SPF already in there. Some manufacturers prefer not to put the SPF in there because they don't want to alter the concentration of their product.
So make sure you get a product, if it's a separate product, that deals with sunscreen protection.
And as we talked about, the ultraviolet rays that is from the sun, that is what damages our skin. We know we have the UVB radiation and we have the UVA radiation. The UVB radiation is the burning rays that burns our skin, that causes us to get tan. The UVA radiation is what does the damage. So that is what penetrates deeper and alter the collagen and elastin fibers in our skin, thus causing us to look aged before, you get to that age.
Before we want to.
And also, the UVA rays, one thing you want to know about how strong it is, it can penetrate through glass. So even you're driving in your car and you says, okay, I'm safe. No, you're not, because that UV rays can come right through that glass and actually affect you. So stay out of the sun. Best time to be in outside really, the UV rays are stronger between 10:30 and 3 p.m. 10:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. That's when it is the strongest. So you may want to not go into the sun or stay outside for too long if you don't have to during that period of time. So we're pretty much, that's the cleansing procedure for her. Cleanse, you can use different type of cleansers. Again, there are foamy cleansers that are really great for oily skin type. There are cleansing lotion, which is more water-based. That is really good for clients who likes to just hydration. You have a cleansing cream, which is really good for removing heavy makeup. So it depends on what you are doing. It would be better for you to know your skin type before choosing the product that you want to use. Whatever product you use, you may want to make sure that you have a toner. A cleanser goes with a toner. And your daily routine or daily regimen could just be cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and a sunscreen. There are also one more thing that we can cover, and that is to take care of the lip. It is also a skin. Wow. So the lip, there are treatments you can do for the skin. Some people just wear their lip color, or they may wear a lip balm. But there are masks and there are exfoliants for the lips. And I know that Smith Housecraft does carry a package that you can use as an exfoliant. All you have to do is to put that exfoliant on, and you can just work that in. When you're doing exfoliation, it's a friction movement. So you're doing rubbing so that you can actually help to move around those dead skin cells to get them off the face. And then after that, you can go right in, put the mask on, let it sit, and then remove it, put your lip balm on, and your face feels complete.
This is great information. Actually, I think it's priceless because it helps us to really get a handle on how to take care of our skin on a daily basis. And as I was looking at the professional way to take care of your skin, it's pretty much 4 steps: the cleanser, the toner, the moisturizer, and the sunscreen. And so we need to take time out, both male and female, to take care of our skin. Remember we said earlier, our bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit. And you are on assignment, and you need to live as long as you can and look as well as you can. So begin to take care of your skin. And scrolling on our screen, we'll give you the information for Smith House Crafts. And you can contact Smith House Crafts for organic, homemade, excellent products to take care of your skin. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Friday Night Live, Taking Care of Your Skin. And we look forward to seeing you next time as we continue the journey of giving you information, inspiration, so that you can live your best life. Go live your best life. Take care of your skin.